Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. I have not done a live because recently because my life has been very full for the last probably month and a half. So I don't know when I did a live, but I actually am on the way to the lake to paddleboard. It is a beautiful October day. It's going to be in the 80s. The sun is out. It's just absolutely beautiful. And I know that my time doing that is limited as winter is coming. But I was listening to a special message by Inner Science Research Fund, a fund I am very passionate about. I support them because they support the research and the work that Dr. Joe Dispenza and his team does. And if you know my story, you know how it has affected my life, and it's affected life of my family and even my clients. Maybe not directly, but it's just been very powerful. If you're not familiar with Dr. Joe Dispenza, the reason I'm on here is because they were going to do a progressive retreat in Paris, and that is I think the step before the advanced retreat. And I did my progressive retreat or courses online, but it's very powerful to be there in person, because when you're with other people who are raising their frequency, the frequency of the room changes, the frequency of the place changes, and it's really, really powerful. Amazing things happen. I've seen amazing things. I've seen miracles. I've been one of those miracles. So very, very powerful to me. And Paris was canceled. I haven't been part of the community for that long, so I don't know if this is the first time it's been canceled, but I do know that the reason behind it is a little scary. Not just because it's in Paris, it's a very local issue. And what happened was Dr. Joe and the Inner Science Research Team and Cephalon, they're there to help inspire people to change their own life. They're doing the research behind it, and the research is they are doing pharmaceutical drug grade studies. I mean, blood, brain scans, heart scans, HR, HVR, microbiome. They're even testing breast milk. I mean, they are doing as extensive testing on meditation. However, the Paris government thinks that what they're really doing is inciting people not to take their medicine or follow the law, which is very, very odd. I don't know the full story. We just got, snippets here and there, but, the teams tried to work with local authorities. I mean, the retreats even continued during COVID because they followed laws, and they, tried to be cordial, follow laws, be cordial with local authorities and everything. They just, they're so passionate about inciting the power within us to change ourselves, to change our lives. He doesn't come in saying he's a healer and he's healing people. People are healing themselves just by raising their frequency. And something that I'm also very passionate about is the autonomy over our own bodies, and that is freedom from religion, freedom from politics, which is why you do not see me post about politics or religion other than my own experiences with them. Because we are so much stronger and powerful than we know, and because we've been cultured out of it. We've been taught out of it. We've been educated out of it. And it's really heartbreaking to see that exact thing has happened in Paris, where he can't go and inspire. However, those who can travel outside of Paris can go to any other retreats. But, the teams try to make it as inclusive as possible, so it is really heartbreaking. So I'm doing this live because not only was I asked to by the Inner Science Research Fund, I mean, not directly, but we all got the message asking to. We're called Catalyst because we are supposed to be the catalyst for change. And how do you change the system if You don't speak up against it. So I don't get on here to talk, too much about, the political or religious nature of our world. But this is important. It's important to me. It's important to the world, because if we want to see the world change, we have to be that change. Which brings me to part 2 of this live, which is, I pulled over on my way to the lake because it's so important that I get this message out and I get it out clearly, and hopefully inspire you to also take action. I mean, heck, you don't have to post a live about Dr. Joe's event being canceled in Paris, but if you've had something where you didn't maybe follow the status quo and you did something a little different and it really improved you or somebody you know's life, post about it. Be the change. I love it. So next point is Walk for the World. The 4th one that Dr. Joe and his team has put on, along with the Heart Math Institute, which actually is doing research on how the frequency of the world changes when the whole world walks together. And I will explain. The first one was September 23rd last year, and 160 people from 166 countries and over 144,000 people signed up. You don't have to pay. It's a free event, but I think there are people who walked that didn't sign up because, either technology problems or just didn't want to, but still participated. So, how accurate that reporting is, I think it's probably on the low end. But we all came together at the same time. And yeah, that time looked different. That time was really early for some people. It was really late for others. Some people were, doing it in a work break. It's about 40 minutes of a walking meditation. And if you can't walk, you can sit in it. You can lay in it. You do not have to walk. It's really powerful. But the actual frequencies of the earth changes every time we do this, because we elevate our frequencies. When we elevate ours, the earth changes as well. So it's very powerful. It's another step of changing the world and being that change. And if you are in Montrose or the western slope of Colorado, US, I host the Montrose one. So if you have any questions, I've got an event you can find on my profile page. I'll be posting it again tomorrow, so you can look for that. It is next week, next Saturday. It will be 8 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. We'll get together at 7:45 a.m. just to make sure that if anyone has any questions, needs to get access to the meditation, understands our route and kind of the process. So if you are, on the eastern side of the U.S., I know that's a lot of it's underwater right now, but that time will be 10 a.m. Eastern Standard. You can start to do conversions from there. It's all around the world. Everyone participates at the same time, and it's guided, and you just listen and go within your heart and elevate your emotions, elevate your frequency, and elevate the world. Final part on this whole thing that I pulled over for is, if you want more information about this research, about this meditation, about people healing themselves, about the power within, very specifically on the scientific research of it, they have put together a documentary called Source. It's Within You, I believe is the full name. You can find it on sourcethefilm.org, and they have done 2 free viewings and showings so far since it's been released. I hosted one at my house. It's all online. I had a little watch party, but you can find it there. You can buy it or rent it on the website, or you can wait for the next free watch party. It just happened again earlier this week. However, I started a new position and post-travel and all that stuff, so I had no bandwidth to really promote it, unfortunately. But if you have any questions, send me a message and I'll get you all the information. It's incredible. It donates to the Inner Science Research Fund, which, funds all of this. It funds the change. Be the change. Explore the change. If you don't want to be it, explore it. It's amazing. So, yeah, just this situation, you know, this world is full of censorship and everyone's being canceled, and you know, I think it's because a lot of people are finding their voices and finding the fire and finding the power within. And the world is small now. We are so connected that it's really hard to keep power when you're in those power positions. So, you know, we just, instead of laying on our backs, get up, fight for it. Fight for yourself. Fight for your family. Fight for the world. All right, sending tons of love and light. I'm gonna take off and go play today.